Welcome to Strictly Businews. I am Alfonso Santinello. We have Corey Vitorama here, and we have
My last name changed, apparently.
What? What'd I say?
Verderama?
Did I say
Vermerama.
It's Vitoramo. And then third or fourth time guest, Mike Williams is back. Thanks for coming on, Mike.
Thank you for having me, Al.
Yep. No problem.
Santinello.
Santinella. We have some good topics between bankruptcy and a breast cancer ad and vodka and how all three of those tie together. No, they don't tie together.
I wonder.
Playing in the new Lumi phone, the Lumi 9000.
Yes, the Nokia phone.
Yes.
So let's start with the Nokia phone. So
It's
Nokia.
Nice job.
Thank you, I prepared that actually.
He was taking notes for 2 hours before this.
I was not.
So Nokia is launched a couple ads that went after Apple, went after Google. They're trying to really and I think the ads are actually kind of funny and creative in a way because they're gaining attention, which is the whole point of it. I don't know if it's gonna make people go and buy a Windows phone.
Doubt it.
Probably not.
Yeah. But
Unless you're Corey, then you might.
No.
so the phone that they're
I
launching.
tend to be a lagger. I'm usually a year or two behind.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just got the Droid X.
Slow.
Yeah.
1, 2.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a touch phone. So the phone that's coming out is a Windows phone. It's called Lumia 900. So the videos that they launched, that Nokia's launched, one of them is called Fragile, another is called Death Grip. So Corey's dog's also in the audience again today, so we're gonna just ignore it.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know either. Okay, so the show.
Well, they're attempting to come back into the U.S. market is what they're trying to do.
Nokia has been dwindling since, the last time I remember anything with Nokia was when they had like a Snake game, like way back in the day, and they had the covers on the phones that snapped on and off, like our eighth grade, middle school phone.
Nokia 900, the little candy bar phones. They were famous for. They're the first to really pioneer that small microphone.
Yeah, so now they're trying to come back with like the big smartphone market, and the ads are funny. I've seen the ads, or we'll have it play through while we're talking right now. But they have people from SNL that are on the Death Grip that takes on Apple's like the antenna incident from the iPhone 4, was it?
Yeah.
Where there are people who drop signals and stuff because they're having antenna problems.
Right.
So they made a commercial to kind of make fun of that.
If you're not familiar with the iPhone 4, the antenna actually was running around the span of the iPhone, so it ran around the outside edge of the iPhone. If you held it a certain place, it would drop your call automatically. So what they were doing was saying, hey, if your calls are getting dropped, you know why, and they tried to make fun of that incident that occurred.
It's amazing how you can hold all that information in your brain.
You should see what he spits out after.
One of the other incidents they're really honing in on was that the Apple's phone is very fragile. I don't know if any of you have an iPhone out there. If you drop it, it usually cracks, the screen cracks. It's not very...
That's where the fragile ad comes in.
Exactly. They actually have an executive saying, hey, why is the phone so fragile? If you drop it, it breaks. And there's another executive that chimes in saying, hey, that's what it's supposed to do. We just sold another phone. So trying to play on that and pretend like they're trying to break it so the consumers can buy more phones and they can sell more.
Yeah.
The ads are funny, yes. I don't see them making a comeback.
No, and I thought the other one was cool though, saying that if you thought all your other phones were just a piece of crap, test models out there, you're probably right. They just pretty much took a stab at all the other phones out there on the market and essentially said they're inferior and they're just prototypes compared to this new Windows phone. And it seems like AT&T is really going to back this phone up.
Yeah.
The director of marketing said that they're going to release, they're really going to, push this phone up more than they've done any phone in the past. And as you know, AT&T was one of the first carriers to actually have the iPhone. And now they're also partnered with Microsoft, which doesn't like Apple for obvious reasons. So they got a pretty big powerhouse for them. So it'll be interesting to see if they can leverage that.
Yeah, that is interesting because...
Where did that come from? How did you just
remember?
It's amazing. You were just taking notes. You're like, I'm not ready, and then you go and.
But you think about I don't know how he does it either. But you think about, is AT&T still supporting Apple?
They are, but Apple also brought Verizon in, so I'm sure that had some, maybe some.
That's
not
pretty
so cool
risky on
relations.
AT&T's behalf because why would you want to upset one of your, products that
Well,
is
I
probably
mean,
the highest in sales.
iPhone pissed them off, so why not? Right?
Yeah, I
The
guess.
other
but-
thing is, oh, go ahead.
No, that's all I have to say.
Other companies have tried this in the past. There have been 2 large Super Bowl commercials, and Super Bowl commercials are very expensive. Motorola tried to take a stab unsuccessfully at Apple, and Apple still holds the majority market share. And Microsoft, I believe, or someone else tried to take a stab at
The
commercial
Microsoft
this
phones
year.
are not good. Like they're giving them away for free now. So if you get a phone that's for free, don't
Samsung.
take it.
Samsung.
Yeah.
Samsung.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't see this Windows phone working out. I think Windows is really trying to grasp at like the phone market, and it's just not working.
I think the Android's a major competitor. I mean, Android holds the majority market share just by
I
a
just
little
got
bit.
Instagram on Android.
And that phone's on like 12. That operating system's on a ton of different types of phones. So
Yeah.
the fact that Apple is just barely behind the Android operating system is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Totally.
So from phones to vodka, Stoli Vodka is declaring that they're staying away from TV ads from here on out, or at least for now. So under a new agency, the vodka is saying so long to, I think it was like last year, a couple years ago, they had like, it was Hugh Hefner, Julia Stiles, and Bizstone, one of the founders of Twitter. They were in commercials with Stoli where they were talking to themselves, but they were playing 2 characters so it looked like they were talking to themselves. And the whole campaign was like, would you have a drink with you? I would have a drink with myself.
I don't drink with Al too.
They've all drank with me before. And that's all I'm gonna say on that topic. But yeah, so they're saying they're really gonna focus on digital advertising and on web-based marketing. I think this is smart on their behalf, just because there are a lot of vodka companies out there.
Yeah.
And there are like the Svetka, however you say it, the
Yeah.
Vodka to 3000.
Smirnoff, Absolute.
Yeah, and there's all these ads you see all the time, and it's like, I don't ever go out and buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
the ads don't really make you want to go. I mean, unless it's like a new flavor. But
Yeah.
I mean, like Ciroc, like I'm not gonna go buy it because P Diddy has it,
Right.
like, and he looks cool in the club.
Yeah.
Stoli was one of the ones to pioneer the flavor infused vodkas, and they're trying to, Stoli Raz, Stoli Blueberry, and then Pinnacle jumped on, and 3 Olives jumped on, and they started putting out entire lines of, different flavored vodka. And the problem is they're going for a very coveted market. They're going for the 20 to 25 urbanite area. And obviously those are some of the largest consumers of vodka in the United States. And currently Stoli has about a 2.55% market share. And it's dwindled a little bit, but it remains around there, and they're really trying to increase that market share. But one of the problems we're running into is they're saying, oh, hey, well, college kids don't really care that we were the first to come out with flavor-infused vodka. So they're trying to come out with more creative ways, more media streams that college kids use.
Because when they were the first ones to come out with the vodka, the college kids were like in elementary school, so it's like
Right,
50
and
years
it's not all that glamorous, like the bottle itself, the names.
No.
It's just your simple flavors. What their tagline is: the most original people deserve the most original vodka. And
I like the tagline.
I do like it, but again, it's like, and I believe it's pretty reasonably priced compared to Absolute or 3 Olives. But
Yeah, I think
we'll see.
it's in like that bracket of like price range.
Yeah.
But I mean, like what they're saying, like the new web apps, they're gonna the new efforts include 30-second videos filmed in Germany because that's where they're located. That's directed by Jonas Åkerlund, he's worked with Lady Gaga, Madonna, and a bunch of other music people. And so all these ads are gonna be with like musicians and like with their music. One's Avicii, is that how you pronounce it?
Avicii, that's how you
Avicii.
pronounce
I'm not big into techno, so I don't know what type of, is he like a David Guetta? Is that what
Yeah, exactly. They're going
okay.
more for the electronic dance music community, the BPM groups,
Yeah.
all the sort of the techno mixed with dance music, the stuff you see in the clubs that's been really significantly popular. And if you listen to Sirius Radio, you're going to see BPM, Channel 38. I think I listen to it every time I drive, and it's become a lot more common to have these kind of concerts and this kind of music. And dubstep, as you know, has become very popular.
The
Heavy
mouse
bass lines and exactly.
All right, so so there's a TaxMaster's fraud lawsuit that's going on. TaxMaster's, it's a Houston-based tax consulting company. Their ads have been like all over the place for the past 5-10 years, however long. But there's a lawsuit against them for fraud, saying what does it say? TaxMaster's misled customers about contract terms, failed to disclose no fund policy, and falsely claimed that its employees would immediately begin to work on a case, sometimes causing customers to miss IRS deadlines. Not good. So TaxMasters also failed to consult with the IRS on its client's behalf for being late. It's just they're in a whole mess. So they're ordered to pay $149 million. That included penalties.
195 million.
The 195 total.
Yeah, 110.
149 for the company, and then 46 million by the owner of the company.
Patrick Cox, who apparently was held personally liable because he's paying some of it out of his pocket.
Yeah.
I did my taxes on TurboTax this year, and I was a little nervous because, I didn't want to screw it up because it's just, you don't want to get in trouble with the IRS.
She's also getting audited right now by the IRS.
No, I'm
so
not.
now you know.
I would highly recommend TurboTax.
IRS is watching this. Don't say that. Just kidding.
Sorry, IRS. Everything's
I'm just
perfect.
gonna leave now because it's like
Her taxes are. I looked at them. They're actually perfect.
they are perfect. I already got my rebate and everything, and I believe
I got
that
$25 back this year.
I got 4.
Life of an entrepreneur. You file for taxes, you get $25 back.
You
So,
can buy pizza with that, Al.
I get pizza for free.
Well,
anyways,
I could buy a donation.
so
We should make a list of things you can buy with $25. I don't know why we would, but
no, you can't. Not for $25.
my bad. I have a Groupon for that one. So I get half off. But
You know what? And if that Groupon doesn't work, I'm asking for a refund.
Yeah. See the last episode for that one.
you remember that too.
I do. But the thing is, they were charged under the state's deceptive advertising or deceptive acts or something like that. But I'm surprised they weren't charged under Federal Trade Commission Section 5, which is unfair and deceptive advertising acts or practices, which is actually a federal law enforced by the Federal Trade Commission. And now that you have the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau out there, which is mandated to investigate this kind of stuff, they're probably lucky that they got charged under the state law instead of the federal law. And they were convicted of defrauding 110,000 customers by a Texas jury, which is very interesting because that's quite a bit of customers. And the majority of these funds are actually to those customers who were defrauded.
Yes, you were right on the money.
Interestingly enough, they also filed for chapter 11. Dude, trying to talk.
I don't know. It's like no, keep going.
Okay, they also,
Amazing.
interestingly enough, they also filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. There's two types of bankruptcies, Chapter 9 and Chapter 11. Chapter 11 is restructuring or reorganization, which allows the debt holder, or the company to go to its debt holders or debitors and say, hey, can we get a cheaper loan? Will you take half the dollar on your money? So they're claiming they don't have any money, and the majority of their money was spent on advertising. 39% of their budget went to advertising, which I believe is around like 36 million or 13 million. Don't quote me.
Yeah, they say if I don't know, like on an average it should be around 20%, not 39%. Like 20% is 20% of what you annually make after all expenses. 20% of that is what you should be spending on advertising, marketing, whatever. 39%. It's just. I mean,
They should have hired you, and they would have got much better results. But
yeah, and better customer service.
Well, from a consumer perspective, though, you don't think it's a scam just because they have all this advertising out there. You think that they're a reliable company, and you're gonna take your taxes and put it in the hands of them. So you just have to be aware of scams, and especially when it comes to your taxes.
Yeah.
they were going on networks like CNN, advertising on CNN. I mean, that's a reputable network.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people were apt to trust them, and they actually had to restate their financial statement and showed around $4 million loss, which is pretty embarrassing for that company. I don't know where the money went, because it seems like they didn't actually do any of the work they were claiming to do.
Ironically,
did you hire them out?
This article is from
No.
CNN.
Yeah. So lastly, a check ad is encouraging men to take a hands-on approach to fighting breast cancer. Normally there would be something blurry, but that's what they want to do. They're saying study shows most of the lumps found on women are because of their partners, male or female, whatever, are they're in the moment and they feel something odd in the moment, and then that's when it comes about. So there's a new campaign. And the photo will be up while we're talking about this. It's a heat-sensitive poster,
Right.
and I mean this is a good idea, but at the same time, like there's guys that are gonna be like rubbing up on a poster.
Well, then,
I like that.
So here's the.
It's like Farrah Fawcett's poster back in the 70s, like the
Right.
big thing that they had about it. Like if they had one of those censor programs, whatever. For the
Yeah, but here's my argument. So even though they're encouraging men to take a hands-on approach, I know Gus is really upset about this. He can't do that. So they're taking, but it doesn't tell you. It's not like the poster grows a lump while you have your hands. Like it's not telling you what to be looking for. It's not educating the men on.
it just has
why they need to be doing
like the
this.
first aid star on like each
Right.
of the nipples, and then
They're about a foot
the
apart.
the photo shows like the more heat you put to the poster, the more the woman's body is gonna become exposed.
So I'm gonna rub the poster like this, full exposure.
Well,
Just like just like that.
so, but I get the point, but I don't see how it's providing any type of education. But I also think that this is a really innovative product. I mean, I haven't seen anything like this around in terms of advertising.
Well, I like it, and I like it because the slogan kind of puts everything together.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
the
what is that
slogan,
slogan?
the slogan is touch them to ensure that they don't disappear. So touch them
Right.
to make sure if you find something, they'll still be there.
But again, like it's not telling you what to look for or why you should be doing that or what difference it's going to make if you do it.
They need one of those 3D barcodes that you can scan and go to a YouTube video and learn how to do a breast exam.
QR code?
A QR code. All men should understand how to do that. It's very important. And if I was a woman looking for a relationship, I would ensure that my potential mate knew how to give me a breast exam. It's very very important. You can cut that out.
No, I'm not cutting that out. That's
Oh
staying
my
on. I
God.
hope you all heard that right here.
Women are not looking for.
Is that on your checklist, Mike? To make sure they know how
Word
to
of
check your
advice,
balls
if
for
you're on a
cancer.
date, if you're on a date and they mention that they know how to do a breast exam, on to
Run.
the next.
Listen, safety first.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
All right, guys.
Anyways,
Thank you guys for coming on, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to the Strictly One-on-One. I'm here with Jesse Mayhew, one of the co-founders of Brave One Agency. Jesse, what is Brave One Agency?
Good question. Brave One Agency is a communications agency that specializes in CSR communications, and that's a term that not everybody's familiar with. It's a business term which stands for corporate social responsibility. So we help companies to communicate their sustainability initiatives, any sort of green marketing that they might have, as well as their social enterprises.
How'd you get into that?
Well, actually, there's a pretty vibrant business culture within the Valley that has to do with sustainability. There's a lot of companies that do work within the sustainability sector. And my first job out of college was with CSR Wire, which is a news wire outside of Springfield that specializes in corporate social responsibility. After I got done there, I ran a copywriting firm for a number of years called CSR Copy. Clever name. That specialized in writing for corporate social responsibility, and that involved writing, sustainability annual reports, advertising, web copy. And about a year ago, I joined forces with another friend, Luke Snelling, that operated in the green space for quite some time to form Brave One and offer sort of broader services than just copywriting.
And you guys are located here in Opus Square.
We're right next door to
me.
Yeah.
So who are your typical clients that you guys deal with?
One client we have right now is called Repair the World Apparel. They're a sustainable clothing company. They make all of their clothing out of 100% recycled material. They have a patent on a very unique knitting technology called K2N, which basically means all of their materials are made out of polyester from recycled bottles.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah. But the clothing,
Is it comfortable?
It is astonishingly comfortable. It is more comfortable than like the softest.
So you don't get
cotton
poked.
t-shirt.
You don't get poked by like a bottle cap or anything.
No,
Okay.
It sounds funny when you describe it, but I'll wear my hoodie tomorrow
Okay.
to work, and
All right.
and you can feel my sleeve.
All right. So what's the website if they want to check out what you guys are looking at?
Yep, it's braveoneagency.com.
Great. No CSR or anything in there. All right, Jesse, thank you so much for coming on. And thank you guys for watching. And make sure you tune in next time for a new episode. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for having me.